Oh, it says we're on the air.
There we go. We're live. We did it. Holy cow. We didn't even mess around with the
She's just a lonely girl who's sick and tired of being alone. She does her best to paint a fairy tale to see where it goes. The time is running out. Time is running out. The clock is ticking down, but he's not ready to go. He builds her up to knock her down. He builds her up. He'll take her higher and higher today. She doesn't like the games he plays. She acts like everything's okay. She doesn't want to walk away. He doesn't think to call, he doesn't care if he's on her mind. He told her she's the one, he's got another girl on the side. The lies keep coming out, lies keep coming out. She wants to act surprised, but deep inside
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Clint. Welcome back to another episode of Versus right here on Clint Likes Everything, my YouTube channel. And before I get started, I want to tell you guys what we're doing today. What we're going to do today is we're having a movie battle. Two incredibly funny movies about getting dumped and cheated on and moving on and all that stuff. And vengeance and murder. Just kidding. There's no murder. But before we talk about that, guys, subscribe. That's right. And here are my homies, JB and CB3, right here to talk about these movies.
Hey,
how we
happy
doing,
Friday,
gang?
Guys.
You're doing good.
Doing
Yeah. All right, we had a little
great. You know what
technical.
that means.
Yeah. And when you hear this horn, you know what that means. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty. I apologize. I updated my software, and anytime you do that, it just makes everything worse. Like you get some little things that you can do better that are cool, but I was like, man, I feel like it just screws everything up. We were flowing like a machine, and then I had to go and update my stuff. So, guys, two movies that we're going to talk about today. Right here, forgetting Sarah Marshall and The Wedding Singer. Before we get into all that, how are you guys doing? What have you guys been up to? Anything exciting? While we have the people coming into the chat slowly, we got two now.
Go ahead, JB. What you got?
You've been working on your. You got an NT1 Rode. It's a Rhodes mic. It's a condenser mic. It's fantastic, and he got some sound dampening blankets in his sex dungeon. So tell me, JB, what are you up to? You getting into voiceover?
I'm trying to. Mostly right now, it's just me making voices in my closet by myself and just playing around with the program.
Do you sound like the old man that got busted by Scooby Doo? Like most of the time, I would have gotten it away with it too if it hadn't been for you kids. And Curtis, what have you been up to?
Man, I've been busy, crazy busy. We've got both of my kids are born in February.
Oh,
So we've been doing that back and forth. Tomorrow's the big Rager joint party. And I've been doing that. So in a couple weeks we'll get some downtime, but it's not over yet. And it's funny today. What's up?
It's never over.
Well, true. Yeah, I mean,
Forever.
we'll catch a break. But it's interesting. whenever we're talking about the state of Marvel, or something like that. Today at work, there's a lovely little lady, and she like she knows I like Marvel stuff. That's the thing. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but state of Marvel I'm kind of iffy about, and I always wonder about it. Well, she knows I'm into Marvel, and she's like, you gonna go see Ant-Man? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna see it. We might go check it out Sunday or something like that. She's like, yeah, did you see the trailer? And what made me like immediately recognize the state that Marvel's in, at least for me as a super fan, is I went, yeah, did you see the trailer for Cocaine Bear? Oh my God, that looks amazing. This little lady's like, no, I didn't see it.
Dude, what's wrong with? Of course you're going to be excited about Cocaine Bear. Are you kidding me?
I know, but it was like that's what she was just making polite conversation about it. She knows I like Marvel, and she's just like, oh yeah, Ant-Man, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, do you want to talk about Cocaine Bear? Let's do that because it looks awesome. I can't wait.
Cocaine Bear does look like it's going to be incredible.
I have no idea how I feel about that movie.
Are you kidding me?
I saw the trailer and I was like, is this a real movie or is this like one of those grindhouse movies from like the early
It's a true story.
Yeah.
True story directed by Elizabeth Banks. It has to be good just cuz she's involved.
I'm just so happy that we live in a universe where that can exist. Like, there's some people in other universes where they're like, man, you know what would be great? A movie about a freaking grizzly bear high on cocaine. And they're like, yeah, but that'll never happen here. Well, guess what? In our universe, it's happening, baby.
This is the universe that Plane got a sequel. Get ready for some more Gerard Butler. That's happening. And why not? And I think it's going to be
Berenstain Bears a few years ago, but Cocaine Bear can make up for it.
That's right. Yeah, I think it's going to be
some fan theory to connect Berenstain Bears with Cocaine Bear.
It's coming. We'll work on it right now.
Get the Berenstein Bears? Berenstein Bears?
Berenstein, but everybody's, all those people from the other universe are saying Stain. So
yeah, that's the new universe. It's Steen. It's Steen. Yeah, it's Stein. So
we have some wonderful people in the chat.
Yeah, we do. All right, we got Melissa, Mel Kennedy. Yeah, Bobby says yuck. I have to wash my bed sheets because Nala puked on my bed. Well, that's not good. Oh. Nala, bad Nala. Hi, me guys. Thank you for bearing with us through these technical difficulties we had today. Holy smokes, man! Did you see Ant-Man yet? Have you seen it? I saw it.
You did? How was it?
I mean, it was a movie. It was good. It was good. It was. I really liked parts of it, and then as a whole, I didn't dislike it. But I'll say, I was like, I don't know, man. It had all the ingredients that I should have really liked it, but it didn't. Yeah. And it's kind of weird. It's like what's that? What's the Harry Potter spinoff with the creatures and things?
Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. Yeah, I was kind of thinking. I was like, it was almost like a Fantastic Beasts if I liked the main character. It's like it's super well made and there's a thought out story, but I don't really like the main character of Fantastic Beasts. He's just kind of wishy-washy to me. I'm like, I really don't have a like or dislike for the guy. He just does not do anything for me. I really like Paul Rudd. So what it feels like is
you're not a crazy person because you have come on.
It feels like a movie that was okay that I liked a little more because I really like the characters. I love the whole cast of that movie, Yeah. So I think that sways you into liking it a little more. I don't know. It's hard. It was super well done. There's some borrowed themes, but all movies have borrowed themes. So I'll just say go check it out. I did enjoy it. I had a good time. But I was not like, it wasn't like Thor, the last Thor movie, where I was like, this was a mockery. You know what I mean? It was like it's kind of weird. It
I
would keep,
had such hopes for Love and Thunder, and then I watched it and was like,
yeah.
what is going on?
What? Yeah. What is happening?
I'm wondering if I like it more on a rewatch. I don't know. Because Eternals was that way. I kind of was just kind of like, this is okay. And then when I saw it again, I liked it a lot more. So maybe that'll happen. I don't know.
I feel like Eternals should have been 2 movies.
It should have been a show. Of all the Disney Plus shows they got going on, I don't know what is wrong with them. Like that should have been a whole show. You could delve into each character. Each Eternal could have his own 1-hour episode, and then wrap it all up with a movie at the end of it. Never mind. You've all heard it before. Just
Yeah, man.
Marvel.
Why you getting fired
Because
up?
that worked out so well for Inhumans.
Well, let's
Disney
talk.
Plus didn't make. Yeah, okay.
Let's talk about what we came here to for. We got the Forgetting Sarah Marshall and The Wedding Singer. Alrighty, 2 great movies.
Yeah, it's about love and loss, just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We are ready.
So let's start off with this. Who had a better trailer? We'll start with The Wedding Singer. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to turn the volume down because we don't want to get copyright striked. But man, what a good soundtrack. I was looking at the soundtrack to this. It's
Oh, yeah, this is a great one.
It's great.
It's one that you can put on just put on replay.
Yeah, and fantastic. At first, I was annoyed when this movie started,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "This movie's kind of annoying me." And then I fell back in love with it.
What was
It's kinda-
annoying to you about it?
It just looked very dated, and I know it's an old movie doing a 1985 thing. So, but it was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, Downtown Abbey really just pisses you off, doesn't it?
No, it's something about the Adam Sandler movies where it's the way they're all filmed, and it's the same people over and over again, and it's almost like a
very
Saturday Night Live sketch or something. You know what I mean? And it that was bothering me a little bit. And I hadn't watched.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it was just because I hadn't seen an Adam Sandler movie in a long time, and I didn't realize it. Do you agree
I
with
hadn't
that?
seen a good one. Yeah, I agree. I hadn't seen a good one in a long time. I watched some of his newer Netflix ones and it was not good.
I haven't watched any of his Netflix movies, in all honesty.
Oh, that guy's a
Oh.
douche.
I think the newest Adam Sandler movie, and this is showing how much of a follower I am, was Click.
Oh, geez. That's where Christopher Walken is the most Walken. It doesn't get more Walken than Christopher Walken in that movie. He, in the back shop of the Bed Bath and Beyond, and he's like,
Yeah.
I can't even impersonate how this
Walken.
remote.
Thanks
He's just
for-
like, I give this remote to blah blah blah. I was like, he was so Christopher Walken, I couldn't even it gave me a nosebleed.
It was so Christopher Walken that he just turned into Bill Cosby.
You see, yeah. We don't do those impersonations anymore.
True.
She was the star of the.
She
of
was.
this
She was
movie.
the breakout.
I think this
I
is
don't
the one
even
that
know the actress's name. I just know her as that old lady.
Yes, not to be confused with the old lady that's making quilts in Happy Gilmore. That's another good one.
Nope.
She's a good one too. All right, well let's see Forgetting Sarah Marshall's trailer here.
Peter, as you know, I love you.
Oh boy.
up with me.
We're leading different lives. It's like
I forgot how good this movie was too.
Swear to God, I'll jump in the lake like a merman.
do
Yeah.
you want to put some clothes on?
No, I don't.
if I put clothes on, it's over.
Yeah, I really. I thought they were really good about. Also, just like anywhere he goes, like getting on a plane and he sees her, like it's like everywhere.
Yeah.
Shit cracks me up.
Well, this is one of the what's good about this trailer is it's one of the ones that in certain movies do it, and I really like it because they so a lot of these scenes weren't in the movie. Like they'll use outtakes to give you the feel of the movie, so they're not showing you the best gags, from the movie. So some of them are obviously used.
I
but-
like how you stopped talking as soon as Sarah Marshall was on screen.
No, No,
Uh,
'cause that's
Whoa.
one of the lines that was definitely reused.
Now we can continue. She's not on screen.
But
Jonah Hill
yeah.
was fantastic in this too.
yeah, he really was.
I could not figure out his character. I was watching it and I was just like, what is up with... He seemed like he just walked on set and they were like, well, he's here now. We're not going to kick him off.
He's kind of bored. He gets bored on Wednesdays. Like,
I remember seeing this trailer in the theater and just being like, dude, this, you especially at the time, all of these actors were like hot at that time,
Yeah.
and you had Russell Brand like was huge at that time. It's like he's still got a pretty good YouTube following, but no, like Russell Brand was.
yeah, he got big after this, and like apparently he was he got big over here, and he was like super famous in England already. And I was like, I didn't have any idea who he was, but yeah, then he kind of blew up.
And this character's not far from his real personality. He was he would just banging everyone like basically. And there's some he had some substance issues and stuff, but he was like
Right.
a very confident dude. Like I don't know if it was real confidence or fake confidence, but I saw him on a morning show where he was talking to this morning show crew, and they were interviewing him, and he would just like take the campy interview that they're doing. These morning show interviews are like a lot of them are all the same, but they'd ask him
Oh, yeah.
certain things, and he would just get like engaged with the reporter, where the reporters were like they were blushing. They were like getting worked. Oh, you could see her like, oh, he used his Lothario powers and like really was getting them worked up and or embarrassed because he's not bashful at all. It'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well I mean we could have sex right now, and would it really mean anything? And they were like, it's funny if anybody's seen what I'm talking about. It's pretty hilarious. So which trailer was the superior trailer? That's the big question here.
To me, I really like when they use outtakes for the trailers, because again, it's not showing you all the best. A lot of movies nowadays just show you the best parts in the trailer, and you get there and you're like, all right, so the trailer didn't lie; those were the good parts. I get
Cool.
that's
I saw all
okay.
the funny bits.
Yeah, but so I really appreciate that. And I do remember, this. I don't remember the Wedding Singer trailer from that time. I do remember seeing this trailer, and kind of like you were saying, they were all kind of hot actors and being like, "Oh, I want to see that movie."
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with Sarah Marshall.
JB, what do you think?
Being the guy that did not see these movies until a couple of days ago, I watched the trailers first to make sure that I really wanted to commit to the movies. And yeah, I thought Sarah Marshall was the better of the two. I mean, Wedding Singer is a classic.
Yeah.
Ish. But yeah, I'm going to go with Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I thought it had the better overall, like you got the gist of the story as opposed to just like I watched the Wedding Singers trailer and I was like, okay, what's Adam Sandler's character's deal? Is he depressed? Is he drunk?
Yes.
Or is he just Adam Sandler?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to all the above. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, then we're going to give that point. Let's not F around. Let's get another
Give him
Another
one blah, blah, blah.
vampire for if you don't know, we always start with 1 point each.
Oh yeah.
It helps me to copy paste the point. I don't have to go looking for the emoji. That's why I always do that. So, all right. Well, we got a point there. And let's see what the next category is.
I just figured you just gave them each 1 point at the beginning for participation.
This is not Montessori school. This is we keep score at this place. And yeah, it's just so I can copy paste. There we go. So, best story. Who had the best story? That is the question. I will check out their synopsises real quick, just so I can decide that. Let's see here. All right. We'll do Wedding Singer's story first. All right. Set in 1985, Adam Sandler plays a nice guy with a broken heart who's stuck in one of the most romantic jobs in the world, a wedding singer. He loses all hope when he is abandoned at the altar by his fiancée. He meets a young woman named Julia, played by Drew Barrymore, who enlists his help to plan her wedding. He falls in love with her and must win her over before she gets married to a total douchebag. It didn't really say that. And then the other story is struggling musician. I feel like I've read this before. Struggling musician Peter Bretter, Jason, Jason Segel.
I want that movie.
Yeah, dude, I want to see that.
Steven Spielberg. Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal, yeah, is better known as a boyfriend of TV star Sarah Marshall, played by Kristen Bell. After she unceremoniously dumps him, he feels lost and alone, but makes a last-ditch bid to get over it by going to Hawaii. However, she and her new boyfriend, played by Russell Brand, are there in the same hotel. This is an interesting story. So, and they're both interesting stories. The question is, which one is the better story? We'll start with you, JB, since Curtis went first last time. What do you think?
I'm going to go with, well, I'm going to back up real quick. The last time I was on here, it was also a Drew Barrymore movie. So
it was.
I just realized that while we were reading that. But I'm going to go with Sarah Marshall because it had more like up and down flows. Like there were a lot of lull moments in The Wedding Singer, I thought. So I'm going to go with Sarah Marshall.
Better story, Sarah Marshall. Curtis, what do you think?
Well, so while we're talking about this, the Wedding Singer, we can talk about a little bit of trivia real quick.
There we
The
go.
Wedding Singer. They brought in Carrie Fisher and Judd Apatow, and Adam Sandler worked uncredited on the script, so they kind of worked together to do it. What's interesting is Judd Apatow also helped produce Sarah Marshall, so I didn't know that before we did this one. But
Carrie Fisher? That's cool.
yeah, she was brought in, and she spent 6 months on it apparently to add heart strength to the Julia character and make the women smarter and the love scenes better. So that's pretty cool. But what's interesting to me was because I mean you really felt Sarah Marshall, in my opinion. Like that felt like a breakup, like like a breakup movie, and it was based on Jason Segel's. He wrote it. Experience breaking up with several unspecified women, and
yeah, being a musician that gets broken up with, I've really related to both characters.
You're like, this.
Oh, you're trying to better yourself. You need to better yourself so you can be more appealing. Okay.
Yeah.
I completely get these characters, both of them.
And so he also said, Jason Segel also said that the naked breakup scene did actually happen in real life to him. And he was writing a Dracula musical in real life. He said that whenever the girl was breaking up with him, though, he was thinking to himself, I can't wait till she leaves so I can write this down. So, but like I just The Wedding Singer is both of them are good breakup stories, good good stories, but like you just felt it more in Sarah Marshall. Like I think that's one of the qualities of the movies. Like it feels like a breakup. Like he does stupid things, but like everybody does after a breakup, you know, like
Yeah.
everybody, you know. So I got to go with Sarah Marshall as well.
All right. I'm going to give the point to Sarah Marshall
Like-
also.
The depression montage scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just and it treats the breakup even-handedly as well. You know, like it's you know
Yeah.
it shows in the flashbacks like the some of the good times they had together, but also like each of the other's point of view about how they felt about the other person. Like they can kind of they kind of see it from the other person's point of view for a few seconds. It's
Yeah, like
pretty well
I liked how in it they like for a majority of the movie you're like, wow, yeah, Peter, like he did get the raw
yeah,
end of
he
that
gets
deal.
screwed. Yeah,
And then like towards the end of the movie you're like, no, he's kind of a dick as well.
Yeah.
Like he kind of had it coming.
yeah.
it's-
Nobody's a perfect person.
It's definitely relatable. Also, like the scenes where like where Sarah Marshall is coming on to him like toward like now she wants to get back with him and stuff, and it was
Yeah.
I was like where he's like okay, and it's like a weird like okay, I'm doing this, and it's like
I know, right?
it's a familiar thing, and you kind of get coaxed into it, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what am I doing? No, I don't. You're the devil. Like, well, I don't know. The whole thing is definitely relatable as far as the weird stuff people do in relationships, coming in and out of relationships and whatnot. And as far as story goes, I think it's a more interesting story. Just the whole thing as far as working on a TV show together and all of that. I think it's mainly because Wedding Singer is a little bit campier. Yes, it's a classic,
Yeah,
but I just feel, to me, the being more real and making it more relatable made it a better story. So that's my vote on that one too. So what I'm trying to say is Sarah Marshall's kicking ass.
Here's
Boom,
my
baby.
question is
What's your
the
question?
Wedding Singer campy just because it's the Wedding Singer, or is it campy because of Steve Buscemi?
and John what the hell?
John Lovitz?
John Lovitz, yeah. And Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
And,
Bobby says Adam Sandler was not believable, too over the top.
yeah. And Alan Covert in his Michael Jackson thing, that wasn't over the top. Which brings us to the next question. The cast. Who had a better cast overall? We have another thing where we talk about the supporting cast, but we're going to start with the overall. Who's the best cast in here? Like, you get this, Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, Alexis Arquette, who is a sibling to David Arquette and Rosanna Arquette. Christine Taylor, who is Ben Stiller's wife.
Yeah, I love her.
She was Marsha in the Brady Bunch. Yeah, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
And Matthew Glave, who is a huge douchebag. I'm sure he's a nice guy in real life. Looks like a nice enough guy, but God, I hated him in that movie. Ellen Albertini Dow. She was fantastic. One of my favorite rappers. Alan Covert, my favorite caddy from Happy Gilmore. And then we work our way down to Billy Idol. Well, Billy Idol's like 4 or 5 great actors wrapped into one. And then Carmen Philpe down here, is that Blue? Is he the same guy that plays You're My Boy Blue?
Yeah.
It is him?
I think
Oh,
so.
it is, huh?
Well, let's find out.
I used to be so much stronger.
No, yeah, he'd already be dead by then, wouldn't he?
He's in
His wedding-
Halloween. Did you know
He
that?
is?
Yeah, that's what this says.
Wait, which one?
1988.
That-
Halloween 4, Return of.
oh, okay.
He looks like the You're My Boy Blue. Maybe he's not. I don't know.
I don't think he is. 'Cause, he would have been.
I gotta look at these movies, dude. You can't just glaze over My Boy Blue. You gotta know. All right. Here's a Beetlejuice. Wayne's World, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Well, he's had quite the career. All right. Well, let's get back to the important stuff. I just got derailed by this dude.
See ice pirates on that list.
Yeah, there's some good stuff. Okay, now, how about forgetting Sarah Marshall? You got Jason Segel, Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, Paul Rudd, Russell Brand, Jonah Hill, Bill Hader. Just that right there is a fantastic
Heavy hitter.
addition. William Baldwin, the star of Slither, and Jason Bateman. I don't even remember him being in this
I
movie.
don't remember him.
I don't
I remember
remember him
looking at
anymore.
him too.
Yeah, I don't know what he did.
Hmm.
Animal Instincts director. Is that what that says? I don't know.
I think that was a deleted scene or something.
Yeah, probably. That's funny. And of course,
Kristen-
Maria Thayer and Jack McBrayer were a hilarious couple on the island.
Yeah. Because Kristen Wiig's from a deleted scene. Or, well, if you watch, it depends. If you watch the unrated version, you see her scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
She's
yoga
Yeah, yeah.
instructor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the unrated, so I don't even know what got cut out.
That scene and a couple other, it's not a lot. It's another 5 minutes or so, you know.
That was a pretty
I gotta-
funny scene.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering why they cut it. Like, I guess time, but yeah,
Well,
I gotta go.
Yeah, who's superior? We got Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore.
And then, like, the rest of the Sandler crew, like, you know, the Happy Madison crew is in there. That's good, but, like, yeah, forgetting Sarah Marshall's just got too many heavy hitters. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like Paul
Paul
Rudd.
yeah,
I thought Paul Rudd's character was great.
yeah.
Hilarious.
He was baked out of his mind, couldn't even remember he was talking to Jason Segel like 20 minutes earlier.
It's funny
Give
as I know
you a
people like that.
line.
Yeah, one Paul Rudd is worth all of the rest of the
It's worth
Sandler
all of
crew.
the other cast.
One Mila Kunis is.
Yeah,
I,
I mean-
I love me some Mila Kunis too. Sorry, gang.
Yep. Don't worry. Wedding Singers, you'll be all
They'll
right.
make-
You'll be
they'll-
all right.
They'll
No,
make a
no.
comeback, maybe. All right.
Everybody loves a good underdog story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like Milo and Otis.
Fuck yeah, Milo and Otis. I was thinking we should do Milo and Otis versus Homeward Bound.
That's my contest.
That's not a bad matchup. I was thinking, what's the Tom Turner and Hooch versus
Turner.
there's another one called Canine, I think, that has Jim Belushi and
Yeah, yeah.
and a dog. So you do that versus Turner and Hooch with Tom Hanks. That'd be a pretty good matchup.
That would be
Two
pretty good.
terrible movies to have to sit through. Fucking, how do I screw up 4 hours of my life? Like just, and actually another 6 by the time we do the show.
Yeah.
Just kick back a couple of beers and let it become one big 4-hour long movie.
Just and so then yeah.
So
I'd love to. Never mind. Just never mind.
God, terrible.
And going to the comments, I'm not talking shit about Steve Buscemi. I love Steve Buscemi. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
Don't be talking
He's
shit
there.
about Steve Buscemi. Come on.
he's a classic.
Best supporting cast. Here, we got some videos to throw in here. Forgetting Sarah Marshall's first.
You cannot. G, Yost Piper fish, drill fish,
That-
fish, grouper fish.
That guy was awesome.
State fish of Hawaii.
that guy-
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, bitch.
Come here.
That guy needed more screen
I had a
time.
date tonight with Rachel, right? That wasn't a date. She's in customer service, dude. I bet you think strippers like you too.
Let me just say that if God was a city planner,
He was good.
would not put a playground next to a sewage system.
That's interesting, man. You know what else is interesting? Me on the moon.
I just want to talk to you about something. Can you stop? All right,
Oh,
I'm just
hater.
gonna talk and then you can...
Are those sad tissues or happy tissues?
Hey, look at my driver. I'm gonna have sex with her.
Peter, you're such a sweet man. You're like Jesus without the superpowers. Honestly, you are. Strip Jesus of his laser vision. It's you.
And then,
And that lady with the sideburns.
oh wow,
And basically everybody at table 9. But the worst thing
Mutants.
is that me, Patty, sideburns lady, and the mutants over at table 9.
oh boy.
Brian Posehn is actually he's there. You can see him right there.
Brian Posehn's great.
Yeah, so I'll put them in because again, it's the supporting cast is for Wedding Singers, kind of the Happy Madison crew.
Mhm.
That's what you're gonna get. They did well, but instead of cutting together a bunch of stuff, Sideburns lady was like, honestly, I remember her. You could I could get amnesia and I'd remember Sideburns lady because just that scene where she's like, she just looks up and she's got those sideburns. That to me, that was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen. Like whenever the first time I watched it
At the time.
yeah, it still gets me, but not as hard.
I laughed probably too hard at John Lovett's scene when he's just sitting there by the curtain.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm gonna win the reward for it, and then just close it. All I was like, oh my god, he must have birthed. He burped into the cosmos, Fred Armisen. Like that's where Fred Armisen came from.
That's probably true. Some weird love child.
So who had the superior supporting cast, do you think?
What do you think, Clint? Who do you think had
What do I think? I'm just hosting, dude. I have zero opinion. Honestly, oh boy. The Happy Madison crew, we didn't get Rob Schneider in this, but I sure appreciated the Billy Idol cameo. Oh,
true. I didn't put Billy in there. Yeah,
and Ellen Albertini Dow, the sweet old lady.
True. Oh, that's
she
not
was
fair.
great.
She's fantastic.
For the side characters, I think she had some of the best lines.
That's true. She does have one of the. Yeah, she is.
And my boy Blue, him popping up, and I'm gonna go with Wedding Singer on this one. I really appreciated the all of the staff and stuff in the Sarah Marshall, but I think Wedding Singer's getting mutilated right now, so I'm gonna vote for them. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, JB.
I'm gonna go with Sarah Marshall because Paul Rudd's surfer dude I thought was hilarious. The one like newlywed couple, like the one scene where they're in the bedroom, he's just like, no. And it's just like I laughed more at the side characters in Sarah Marshall than I did the Wedding Singer.
Yeah, I gotta. As much as now, y'all brought up some damn good points. There were some ones I definitely left out. Like Rose was a damn good one. Besides the Happy Madison crew, and that, but to be fair, that was the only thing in my brain after rewatching it for the bazillionth time. But I do like with Sarah Marshall, like they have like some of those side, and I didn't put Paul Rudd in there because he's gonna get plenty of clip time. Don't worry. But to those other smaller ones, like they're not huge actors now, and they still kind of steal the show a little bit, like the guy that lists everything and the guy like, and the big guy, they're both big guys, but there's some the act, everybody feels real in that movie. And like, I think it really, lends to it. And like, that's what I mean. They steal the show a little bit when they're on screen, and it's not like they just took off into nowhere. They just do a damn good job, so I got to go Sarah Marshall too.
All right, let's give them that point. Bam. Collecting vampires right there. All right. Now, the big question is, who had the best music?
Now,
why are there snowflakes? Why did that happen?
It's still winter. It counts. We're good. We're still in winter.
All right.
Now, best
got-
original music, because Wedding Singer is going to win if it's just best music, or is this best original music?
I don't know, dude. You get to make that call.
What about
the clips I pulled
specifically
was-
best original single?
Well, I pulled the clips for best original music. So.
This song cracked me up. I couldn't help but listen to be like, are they singing this? Hey, they're singing pretty well. Until this song happened. But really, like everyone, I was like, man, these actors are all pretty talented
Yeah.
musicians.
What's wrong with this song?
Dude.
Kiss you, give you my coat when
Oh,
you
man.
are cold.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. So, who had the best original music?
I'm gonna go with Wedding Singer.
I really like the music, all of the music in Sarah Marshall. But the Wedding Singer songs are, I don't know, maybe because I know them more or have known them longer, or more ingrained in me. They're more, I don't know. I was immediately singing along to them. I don't know.
Well, like Adam Sandler's Wedding Singer, like had that solo song that he did. I was like, I could hear that. I could imagine that being on the radio.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine Vampire Love Story being on the radio. I couldn't imagine.
Well, it was
like,
written for
Saving
his rock
Mother Earth
opera.
being on the radio.
We got Ronnie. Ronnie says Wedding Singer for sure.
Well, a couple of the what's the guy's name? The Aldous Snow. They did play those on the radio at the time.
Did they?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if they were hits or anything, but they played them on the radio. But.
That's hilarious. Russell Brand is his name.
There we go. See, Wedding
Russell
Singer's making a comeback.
That's right.
I knew it would. But all right, which one of these do you think's a better date movie?
So that's an interesting question, because with Wedding Singer, it's a cuter story. It's not as heavy as the, if you're on a date with your rebound chick, you definitely don't want to go see Sarah Marshall, but like it's Wedding Singer's a lighter story. It's fun, it's a cute story. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore work great together. But in Sarah Marshall, you get to see titties and floppy dong. So it's kind of,
It's got a little bit of everything for anybody.
I'm gonna say
no
Sarah
brown
Marshall.
eye, but
Sarah Marshall. I think
You guys want my-
I think it's more. I think the movie's a little more fun, and I'm all about having fun. Plus, it opens up conversations that would lead to other conversations. So it's like you get out of there and you start talking about you could have some pretty interesting conversations based on that movie.
And plus, Clint exclusively dates 20-year-olds, so they have no concept of the 80s, and so he's like, I'm not messing with that one.
I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio, dude. Come on.
I'm just joking.
Here's my long-winded answer. My wife and I watched both.
Okay.
She fell asleep during Sarah Marshall. She stayed
Mm.
awake for The Wedding Singer. So I'm gonna go with The
Okay.
Wedding Singer. It kept her interest more.
I do see. So we're a bunch of dudes here. Wedding Singer is probably more within the chick flick vein. But I mean, I could see Sarah because my wife loves Sarah Marshall. But
I mean, you can't.
I mean, probably for a new for a new date or something like that, I'd probably say Wedding Singer. It's less heavy.
Wedding Singer wins.
Whoop.
All right. Boom.
That guy.
Welcome, James. Welcome, Ronnie.
Hey, that James guy's here. Everybody hit that like button and subscribe. Subscribe.
Subsnurb.
Yeah, come on, guys. Give us a thumbs up, you know? Let's see here. And what about Breakup? Which is a better breakup movie? Here's a clip.
I feel
Actually, who had the better breakup is the
I've
question.
been feeling for a long time that we've been growing apart.
Ooh, it's
We're
Yeah,
leading
that's
different
not-
lives.
yeah, oh boy.
No, that's not what this is about. There's no one else. There's someone else.
Yup. He's like, "Who's the dude?" And she's like, "No, no, no." And then, bam.
Yikes. And then
Sorry. I just couldn't do it.
Well, if you need some more time, I guess I can wait.
Oh, I don't need more time, Robbie. I don't ever want to marry you.
I never want to marry you.
Geez, you know, that invitation might have been a little meaningful to me yesterday.
I'm gonna go with I'm going with Wedding Singer.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's
It would have
Do
been
you-
good to know yesterday.
yeah. Do you want knowing she already has a new dude or got left at the altar? Getting
Actually,
left at the
she
altar-
she didn't really break up with him. She just flaked on him. So
Yeah.
well, yeah.
They never.
So,
they
I'm gonna
never
say-
really like. Ended.
Yeah,
Oh, come on,
Sarah Marshall actually he gets dumped. It's like right out of the gate. Wait, you're dumping me?
And
Hey,
he
we need
gets
to
dumped-
talk.
He gets dumped in the nude.
Yeah, when
Like,
somebody
how
says
more vulnerable can you be?
we need to talk, that's the superior breakup scene.
Yeah, but you don't have an audience. His friends and family are around, like
Oh, yeah.
watching him stand there like an idiot. Like, yeah, you're pretty vulnerable standing there naked with one other person who's seen you naked, but standing there up in front of your friends and family, and then like, what? Come on. You know what that means? What the fuck is going on here? You got left. at
Which
the-
is the better getting screwed over in public movie? That's not what it says.
Yeah, but like, which is the better breakup? But like, well,
That's what it says.
like, okay, so Sarah Marshall is a better breakup movie,
Yeah.
but
The-
like, the breakup for Wedding Singer was better by being worse.
It was brutal.
Yeah, like, and then she comes back and says, "No, I'm never gonna marry you because you're a loser." Like, so it's like a double breakup. It's
So-
a double breakup.
So so when we're framing
the-
this
The
question,
breakup.
are we saying the better breakup movie where the movie's about breaking up or is about breaking up, or where they have a scenario where they get broken up with?
Yeah, I was thinking this scenario.
Well, then
'Cause
Sarah
definitely
Marshall
is a-
wins. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
Because she
as an overall breakup movie.
yeah,
Sarah
because she
Marshall
says,
wins,
"Hey,
'cause
we need to talk." That's how you break up with somebody.
Or
Well,
you
I mean,
leave
if we're
them-
looking at it that way,
Leaving
looking at it
someone
that
at the altar and breaking up with somebody are two different things.
well, if we're gonna look at it that way, then we gotta look
if
at
she
it.
was in a car
The wedding
accident.
singer only had 2 breakups. Adam Sandler and his original girlfriend, and Julia and her fiance.
No.
In
Adam
Sarah
Sandler and his
Marshall,
original
everybody's breaking up with everybody. Like Jason hooks up with Mila, they break up. Like forget like Sarah Marshall and Jason, they broke up. Aldous and Sarah, they broke up. I'm pretty sure Jason and Aldous broke up at one point. Like everybody's breaking up with each other.
Labels 369 says technically the wedding singer didn't break up. Now,
Thanks, Labels.
that's Clint's point of view. Labels is my mom. My mom's not agreeing with me, so I guess I lose.
Is Labels really your mom?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, Mom. We'll get the.
You know what that means?
Now you know what that means. Anytime you hear the sound, magic happens.
Curtis, I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more aware of how you're bending over in front of the camera.
So, guys, clock's ticking. Oh, God.
Closer?
Wait, up, a little bit lower.
You guys are fired.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
I know what.
Wait, oh, there we go.
All right.
So yeah, what we're I don't know. My brain's exploding.
Which one is the better breakup?
Said Sarah Marshall.
I mean, dude got dumped in the nude. I don't think it gets better than that. That's a butt pucker moment too.
That was
All right.
well, but the only thing is, like, that did happen in real life apparently, so that kind of does make it better. We haven't heard from Uzi yet. She might be watching. She might be lurking. She said she was feeling better last I heard.
Good.
Still exhausted and still testing positive, I think last I heard. But
that can linger with you for a while, man. Like I tested positive for a while, and it was like if you do you could go get a blood test and it'd come up positive, but you do a swab test and it would be negative. So it's crazy. All right.
What's his comment?
Hi, Curtis Bump. Thanks for birthing him. Oh, let's see here.
Good job.
All right. X.
I ruined her Christmas.
Best X shoot down. We got a couple of videos. First, we got Wedding Singer.
Oh, Robbie, maybe we should talk about this when you're feeling better.
Hey, Psycho, I'm not gonna feel better about this. It's over. Now, please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
That's a good one.
Into a million pieces, and so my cock doesn't want to be around you anymore. Okay? Ever! Because you know what I just realized? Huh? You're the goddamn devil.
Yikes.
Okay?
That one wins.
She got dumped twice in one day. I love his kick shirt, like, oh, in your face.
I did
I did a little Googling that the whole like take off my Van Halen shirt before you jinx it and the band breaks up. Movie takes place in '85, and that's the year that Van Halen separates.
That's great.
Hilarious.
But yeah, it was the t-shirt kickflip that won me over.
We're giving that.
The goddamn devil.
Yeah, by unanimous decision.
Oh. Well, Mel, you got you're positive too?
Yeah.
Still coughing. I hope you're feeling better.
She got it from Uzi here, like on Versus a couple of weeks ago.
Unbelievable.
That's what happens,
One of
guys.
them
If you're in the
interwebs.
chat, make sure you're
Wearing a mask.
yeah, sanitize your
That's what
screen afterwards.
My wife tested positive for COVID earlier
Oh,
this
man.
week, and she's lost her taste and smell. She's like,
Uh-oh.
it's weird.
Is that
She was like,
back?
I had a mint.
Well,
It hasn't come back yet.
no, I mean the taste and smell thing was like first round COVID, and I haven't heard that in a while. Like I got the first
Yeah.
time it really messed up at my taste, and then it took like month and a half to get back to normal. But
No,
but I've caught.
she
Is that
says-
her first time to catch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I think that's why, because it's the first round. But yeah, it's that sucks. That's how I figured it out. I was like, man, my coffee's stale. Didn't smell like anything, and I was like, man, that sucks. Well, it's the only coffee I got. And I ground I put it in the thing, and then the steam starts coming out of my espresso maker, and I'm like, go. Man, I don't smell anything. I don't smell anything. And then next thing you know, I was sniffing vinegar and pickles and all kinds of things. It's a weird, definitely a weird side effect.
Yeah, she was talking about how it was like she ate like a mint, and she was like, I couldn't taste the mint, but I could feel the cold of the mint.
wow.
And she was
It's gotta
like,
be
"This is
weird."
the weirdest part."
Yeah.
I was like, huh. I wonder what that's like. I don't want to experience it, but I wonder what that's like.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, how about we did the best X shoot down just now, and we got best quote. Best quote. We got Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Came here to murder you.
That's a good one.
Here's the deal. When life gives you lemons, just say fuck the lemons and bail.
That's a good quote.
Went from 6 to midnight.
That's a good quote. Went from 6 to midnight.
I wonder if the carpet matches her pubes.
You sound like you're from London.
Like
Sound like
literally
you're from London.
anything Paul.
Anything he says is hilarious. That's a good one too.
Losing his mind.
Reaping
I'm reaping all the benefits.
Yeah, that was a good
the
one.
the carrot and the glue.
You hit 2 cones. Those could have been people. Those could have been guests at her wedding. They were cones.
Do you have any experience? No, sir, I have no experience, but I'm a big fan of money. I like it. I use it. I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
I'm expecting to live forever with your sister and the nipple twisting that goes on there.
Oh boy. This is a close one.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
We had good quotes on both of those.
You didn't include my favorite Rose line, which was when she's like, "All right, ask me out on a date," and he's like, "All right, do you want to go out on a date?" And she's like, "No, your penis is too small." I'm just kidding.
What? I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember
Yeah.
that. I missed that. I must have missed that one. Oh man, I gotta rewatch it now. I've never got, or I don't know if I've ever got that one.
So what do you guys think?
I don't know, because that's thing. Like, I mean, both are like, fuck the lemons and bail. Like, I've used that one a lot. But like for years and years, anytime something didn't matter to me, I'd be like, "They were cones."
They're cones.
I don't know. I really, yeah. Y'all got to go first. I can't go first on this one.
The only thing I've quoted from either of these movies is "Don't talk to Billy Idol that way."
Oh, that's right. I didn't put that one.
Biker that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've walked around quoting the movies because I literally saw them for the first time like within the past 2 weeks.
But which one will you quote from here on out?
I mean, that lemons line is great. I might have to use that one. I might have to use that one at work or something.
Julia Gulia.
I used to love that so much.
Why is that funny?
Well, what do you guys think?
I don't know.
I'd say fuck the lemons.
All
Yeah.
right.
Life gives you lemons.
Fuck the lemons and bail. That's a good fucking line. All right. How about which of these movies is a better cheer up movie? Which of these
That's a
movies
good
that cheer you up more? If you're in a bad mood.
Like, are we going with like just an overall feel good movie?
Yeah. Just overall, like, hey, I got a flat tire and got fired today, and now I need to feel better.
Yeah, not necessarily a breakup, but just like, yeah, I want to feel good. Like you see both of them on, you're like, I want to cheer me up. You know, which one are you gonna put on?
If I'm going, like, I don't know, there's two different directions, and I'm gonna be that annoying person. For background noise, just make me feel better. Background noise, Wedding Singer, because of the soundtrack. Like, I could just be like, yeah, I can jam out to this, and I don't know,
Clean your kitchen or something.
yeah, clean, do something, be productive. To zone out, it's gonna be Sarah Marshall. Just be like, so if I want to be productive but enjoy it, Wedding Singer. If I want just 2 hours of my life to disappear with the giggles, Sarah Marshall. So I'm gonna say both.
I'm gonna say
The only time I
You're
say
fired. You're fired.
Yeah.
I know.
Take it easy.
Thanks, you helped me not. I'm gonna say, forgetting Sarah Marshall, Wedding Singer is so campy that I don't think I need to see it for a while. And I think that although I enjoyed it, I haven't seen it since it came out. I saw it in the theater, and that's the last time I saw it. I don't need to see it again until it gets re-released. But I enjoyed it. But I think I'm more likely to watch Forget Sarah Marshall just to laugh, because there's some funny shit that goes on in that movie. I really don't need to see that movie again either anytime soon, to be honest.
Well, we talked about it. There were some surprise scenes in there that I did not need to. My eyes did not need to see.
On that note, for trivia, that was a body double for Mila Kunis.
Oh, for the photo in the bathroom?
Yeah.
I wondered that.
Which I kind of suspected. You
Yeah.
know, like, I have certain skills, and that's one of them. Like,
I can spot a Photoshop a mile away.
You can spot a deep fake a mile away.
It ain't her boobies. No. But yeah, I like
Melissa, yes. I'm talking about the ding dongs.
Hey, that's why I said it would make a good date movie. You know,
There
like,
was
it's,
ding
you
dongs?
know, floppy dogs.
Yeah.
You know,
A couple of times.
Compared to compared to what I normally watch, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Come on, man.
You know what that means. Yeah, I liked
that was like that's like when Game of Thrones first happened, like the original first season of Game of Thrones, and I heard these friends of mine, they were like, "Oh my god, have you seen that show? It's crazy. It's like watching porn." And because it's so much nudity and stuff, and I go, "What? I didn't even notice." Compared to the stuff that I watch, I was like, if there's not a weed eater involved, I don't even consider it that, you know? Like, I don't know. It was funny at the time. So that just
I
reminded
didn't see a single pizza delivery man in the entirety of Game of Thrones. Or a plumber. I don't know what they're talking about.
That just reminded me of that. It's hilarious.
copier wasn't broken. I don't know.
So as a cheer up movie, what did you think, Curtis? We got to give the point to somebody for that.
Yeah, because I was useless.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go Sarah Marshall. Like, it's just, I mean, and I'll tell you why. Even if it's like a breakup, not that you necessarily got to be going through a breakup to be cheered up, but I do like, one of the great things about it is whenever she tells him, like, you don't need to be with anybody right now, and he doesn't, and he finds joy in himself, and he does what he wants to do, and it's not till like a year later or whatever that he contacts her. Like, and that's, some people, and myself included at certain times, feel like you need to jump from person to person. Like, I need somebody to love me. But when you find solace and joy being who you are, and like, you're just like, I'm gonna find somebody. It's just, I'll be all right. Like, that's a more empowering feeling. That makes you, that's better than, finding
Yeah.
somebody else to love you. You love yourself. I mean, and I love that it ended that way. So,
So I'm gonna give the point there, and we could talk more about what you're doing in another category here in a second. I don't know why. What are you snickering about?
Just Bobby.
The comments. Yeah.
Spartacus was on the verge of
I never saw Spartacus. I got to check it out again.
I didn't know he was that broke. I didn't know Spartacus was that broke that he had to stoop to that. But people will do anything for money.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the Roman equivalent of a copier that breaks, and
let's see. Going on to what you were saying, how about this? Which film was more inspirational? Now that's interesting because, like you said, Sarah Marshall, he goes off and starts working on himself and fixing himself. And I honestly was watching that. I was like, yeah, man, I need to get my shit together. It's like, yeah. I'm a musician.
You're like,
I'm a musician. I need to get my life right.
You're like, I've been wearing sweats for a week.
Yes. I've been wearing sweats for 10 years. Super weird. And then same with the other though. He's like, then he's like going off. I'm gonna go to the city to go get a job, and I'm like, I need to go to the city and get a job. But I felt like Forgetting Sarah Marshall was a little more inspirational. The other one was a campy love story, like, oh, we were meant to be together, we love each other, and that's great. But I liked, like you said, Jason Segel gets out there and gets his shit together.
Yeah, you see the fruits of his labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the realisticness of like realisticness, is that a word? Of
realism.
Realisticness, the realism of them, like, he never called her back, but later, he sends her that thing, and later she's like, oh, I don't know, it just felt real, and something about that is inspirational, because people are flawed and screwed up and don't always react. Why didn't you call me? And it's like, because I'm an idiot. People are idiots. That's why I didn't call her. And I liked how real that was.
New York,
but
and you're in Hawaii.
Yeah, but you know what? People that are idiots, it can work out for them. So that is inspirational to me, because I'm a big idiot myself. What do you guys think?
Like I said, I mean, I'm gonna go with Sarah Marshall, because Wedding Singer, you don't see any like grand project that he was working on. He sings the one love ballad, and then they never reference it again. But at the end of Sarah Marshall, he's actually put on the Dracula play, and like has a pretty packed house too.
Yeah, and I've already said my piece, but I think, it's gonna go to Sarah Marshall, because I just want to talk about one scene that I didn't put in the quotes because it's one of my favorite scenes at the very beginning. Like he's eating this giant bowl of cereal for like an hour, and he's over there eating it, crunching it while he's talking to her on the phone, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Blah blah blah. Blah, oh yeah, how's your day?" And then he's like, "She's." And then he goes, he just kind of, it doesn't. You can't hear her say anything, but then he looks down and goes, "Salad." So she's like, "What are you eating?"
Yeah,
like,
salad.
It's like this giant bowl of Fruit Loops. Like, so anyway, so yeah, Sarah Marshall.
And isn't it in that same scene he does the shirt kick too? Because she's like, "Yeah, I'll be there in just a few minutes." He's like,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
he starts
I gotta
cleaning
clean."
up.
He just piles everything into his closet. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, salad. Kind of remind me of one time I had a sweet tooth and I got like 3 donuts on the way home from 7-Eleven. I was like, that one looks good. That one looks good. Fuck, I don't need all these donuts. And I was like, but that one looks good too. And I'm like, ugh. And then I started driving home and before I knew it, I was driving and I ate a donut. And then I'm like, and I just reached, just like you do for fries or something on the drive home. And I reached over and then I was like, oh shit. And I just ate the second donut. And then I walked in to the house and I was like, oh, hey man, to my roommate. Oh yeah, I know. Dude, don't judge me. I just wanted a donut and I just ate the donut, but I was like covered. I just eaten 2 other donuts, but I had to eat them on the way home because I didn't want somebody to see me walk in with 3 donuts. But I was like, hey, don't judge me, dude. I just had a sweet tooth, just enjoy this donut. I mean, give me a break, dude. Just gonna have this one donut.
What he's really not saying is he purposely ate the 2 donuts because he didn't want to share them when he got back to the house.
There's probably a little of that too, but yeah, I was like, hey man, don't judge me, man. I had a sweet tooth. He had no idea. Even though I was probably covered in like glazed
donut,
flakes. Yeah. Fucking donut dandruff all over me. Ugh.
Well, I remember after my big breakup a bazillion years ago, like I just got real fat, and I was like, but I used to stop by the grocery store, and they had these great donuts just at the grocery store, and I used to stop by and I'd get like I think it was like an apple fritter, a bear claw, and a tiger tail every day, like, and
every
like,
day.
Like every day, and then I was like, "How did I get so fat? I don't understand."
Yeah, dude. I would drink a lot of beer, and then when I didn't want to drink beer, I would end up getting like a super sweet tooth, and that was the deal. I would like, I'm not drinking today. I'm getting fat. No, I'll just go eat 8 donuts, and that'll work. We do not preach health here, guys. We don't recommend or don't do as we do.
We don't recommend health.
Yeah. Eat an apple, not an apple cider. Here we go.
We are pro donut.
Have an apple fritter.
Which movie made you want to take karate lessons more? This is a big question. Oh, look at that.
I'm sorry. I used to be much stronger.
That might be the best line of the movie.
Hey, why don't you write a song about this? You can call it, I got punched in the nose.
God, I hate that guy.
Sticking my face in other people's business.
Yeah, I would love to karate chop that guy. Fuck. All right.
Hey, brother, what you doing, huh? You stealing my art. I want you to put it back right now. Put it back, brother. Understand? Give me a picture. Doodle paper.
You throwing doodle paper at me?
Throwing doodle paper?
Don't be stupid, brother. Just give me the picture.
You can hit me as many times as you want.
Oh, boy.
I'm not giving you the photo back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So which one made you want to take karate lessons more? This scene or this scene?
I'm sorry. I used to be.
I'm voting for, my vote is for The Wedding Singer.
If anything, because Greg he's just so punchable. And watching Old Man Blue fail at it, I felt
Yeah.
bad. I was like, oh, I want to punch Greg for him.
Glenn
Glenn,
Gulia, super douchebag. Also, I don't know that karate lessons would work against that Samoan guy. Like,
No, yeah.
yeah, like I don't think they would work. I think he would just
Karate lessons. You're throwing karate at me.
Yeah, I'm like that didn't work. I think Glenn and his pals, I could throw down some damage.
Yeah, I definitely go Wedding Singer as well. Because and honestly, the ass woman was part of the redemption of that scene. So yeah, it would have helped him win the fight, but then it wouldn't have been as like I just got my ass whooped for you. But I will say one of the trivia things is there were plenty of people considered for the role of Glenn Gulia, and one of them was the guy that played Shooter McGavin.
He would have been perfect.
I thought they were the same fucking guy.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they basically
they are.
Like it's not, but they are. Like
they're like just middle of the road, like annoying white dude, like cocky annoying white dude.
Yeah.
Like it's like.
Once I saw that trivia, I was like, they're not. And then I looked him up on IMDb and I was like, they're not. It's not the same guy.
You could have had this other guy be Shooter McGavin and it would have worked. I think it goes better the other way.
They would work.
I think Shooter would be better in both. If
However-
you had to pick one, I'm going with Shooter McGavin. But
Yeah. And however, the guy that played Shooter McGavin could not have said Dudu Pepa better. Like it wouldn't work if you had Shooter McGavin saying Dudu Pepa.
I'm talking about interchanging him with Glenn, not with the.
Me too. But I'm just saying. Like, wouldn't that just wouldn't work.
I mean, look, and watching the movie, I was like, Glenn's hateable. He's just easily hateable. But at the same time, I was like, wait, the guy that's playing Adam Sandler's brother-in-law usually plays like mobsters. So I was like, if you swapped those characters, then Glenn would have been like a mobster character.
Wait, Adam Sandler's brother-in-law? Oh yeah. Okay, I got
You know,
you.
with like
Yeah.
the nipple twisties and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
he always plays like a mobster character.
New porn name, Shooter McGavin.
We'll show up
That's
next
good.
time with all of this shaved off, and I'll just have the porn stash going.
Shooter McGavin.
So we got the point. Went for the karate point. Did I award the point? I think I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes to Wedding Singer
Yeah, I think I already awarded it just now.
because knockoff Shooter McGavin.
Because I don't think it's going to matter. But we're going to do one last. Boom. Which move? Well, actually, before we do this, guys. Before we do this, I need you guys to subscribe. Yeah! Speaking of karate. Which movie had the best ending? All right. Who had the best ending? Tough one. I did enjoy watching how puppets worked.
Yes.
These guys are wearing black suits, doing puppet things. And I also enjoyed Billy Idol.
Billy Idol was a pretty great ending.
Yeah, it's a good addition.
Apparently,
Of
it
the
was
two-
originally supposed to be David Lee Roth. Supposedly.
Oh, really?
I guess they couldn't get him, and so but Billy Idol
would've
was probably a better choice. Yeah,
Billy Idol's better
Yeah.
better anyway. Like,
Of the two endings, I could see Julia and Adam Sandler's characters actually keeping a relationship, whereas like Mila Kunis and Jason, not so much.
No,
I didn't feel like they would have a. I would give them a good solid 6 months.
I don't know. I disagree because Julia and Adam Sandler, Like that's like double rebound. Like she was basically gonna break up with Glenn anyway. That's like double rebound, and like they spent their time apart. They like Mila Kunis and Jason.
Yeah,
they spent their time apart. Then they like, and she was coming back. She was gonna go back to school. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think the time. If you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's Mila Kunis. Oh man, I liked the. I don't know which ending I liked. Honestly, it doesn't matter because Wedding Singer's going to win anyway. But I mean, it's going to lose anyway. but
I mean, like one thing that ruins the end for me of Wedding Singer is so he does his grand gestures, he does the song, it's great and everything like that, and then they put this line in where Billy Idol says, "Hey, I talked to the record producers. They really like your sound," or something like that. So it's like he's going to be a rock star or something. It's missable. Like if you didn't catch it, but he's like,
it's
Billy
implied,
like,
but
it's
Billy
like,
Idol doesn't talking to exec doesn't get you a record deal. I've been through that.
In 1985, he does.
Well, maybe.
But like it's just the whole point of the thing was like she loved him because he was just some crummy wedding singer. Like that's the whole point of the movie. And then at the end, it's like you want him to do well, but it's like then it's like you kind of
see if you're good, your dreams can come true, Curtis. That's the point.
Yeah, but not with magic.
You can be a loser, and you can be a loser and get the girl and win.
Yes, you can with work and perseverance, like Peter did in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Not just because Billy Idol's on your plane. Like it doesn't work like that.
I mean,
like I don't. It just that. But one part kind of. If it was just like, if they had gotten rid of that, and he'd be like, "Would you be fine marrying, just a wedding singer?" And she was like, "Would you be fine marrying just a waitress?" Hey, it's a beautiful fucking movie. Hey, we're done here. Hey,
hey, Justin Bieber got discovered by Usher.
I don't give a shit
I don't
about
think
Justin
that's the
Bieber.
same
What
as
are you
a.
talking about?
Well, they were on the same plane together.
Justin Bieber was like 12 when he was like famous.
Yeah, that's because he was on a plane with Usher, and he was trying to get back his ex-girlfriend, and then he started singing and dancing, and then Usher was like, "Hey man, I like your song. I'm going to show that to some of the record executives," and then Usher and Drew Barrymore, took off into the sunset. It was fucking crazy.
Then they shoved Justin Bieber's dad into the bathroom of the plane.
That's what happened.
And you never see him again.
I saw it.
And then a cocaine bear came out of nowhere and was like, "Roar!"
Wow.
Man, you really want to see Cocaine Bear.
I do.
Yes, you are correct, Mel. Bieber was a YouTube star, and Usher discovered him.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, cool. So the best ending goes to. I'm voting Sarah Marshall.
Sarah Marshall. Yeah.
I'll concede.
Air Marshall. Let's see here. Man, that is a big, wide spread there. Talking about the points,
Yeah,
don't
I
make
thought
it
was
weird.
Gonna be a lot closer. I'm kind of amazed.
11-4. That was just a romping.
Quite the romping, indeed, sir.
Quite the romping. All right. Well, the winner is.
It's getting kind of hard to believe things are going to get better. I've been drowning too long to believe that the time.
Please don't ever sing that song again. That's terrible. My God, that's a terrible.
Well played, Mel. Well played.
Hell of a margin. Oh boy.
And, no, read the next one.
Yeah, Shooter McGavin loves white. I saw that. I didn't want to read that because your mom's in the chat.
Mel, inappropriate.
It's right. Man,
Come on, we're all adults here.
well, gang, don't forget to. Yeah. JB, are you doing any YouTube stuff or any other things that that you want to pump up or promote? Tell the world about.
Not at this time.
What about your OnlyFans?
Okay, so no. No, I just don't do. I don't understand. I don't get social media. I try, and I'm just like, this is too much work. I just want to sit back and be a part.
Awesome, man. Well, you're doing some voiceover stuff, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to get more practice in. Trying to just find time to just sit, make voices in the closet by myself, and hope that my wife doesn't look at the closet weird when I walk out.
Yeah.
As I come out of the closet.
Your wife understands it. It's your kids. She's like, your kid's like, Dad's in the closet again. He's talking to himself.
Making noise.
Why is he talking?
I
to
hear
himself?
like 6 different voices going on in there. It's not that big of a closet.
There's
Are
a
you
lot
okay?
there's a lot of cool voiceover groups on Facebook. There's a lot of cool speaking of social media groups that like people recommend different things. They talk about, say there's some new casting site, they'll talk about whether it's trash or not, or hey, what do you guys recommend for a microphone? Hey, what do you recommend for this with this problem? So I would recommend checking out some of those voiceover sites or like groups on Facebook. Also, a lot of cool casting sites, a lot of cool videos on YouTube for voiceover.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that's looking to do something like that, it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of resources. You've been scouring the YouTubes.
I've been watching tons of videos, and the only thing that's been making me kind of hesitant is a lot of those audition sites are like pay to audition, and I'm like,
You gotta get the right
you gotta
ones.
get your foot in there. So.
Yeah, there's different sites. There's I've been subscribed to Voices. I've been subscribed to VoiceOver 123. Voice 123 is the one that I prefer because Voices will take a bid. So all of a sudden you're supposed to be adjusting your price for competition. As far as I'm concerned, when we're dealing with casting, either you're the right person for the job or you're not. It's like either this actor should play this character, either this voice should voice this character or not. It shouldn't be adjusting your price to compete with some college kid in
to the bottom,
Indiana.
Yeah,
that's willing to do it for $30 because he lives in mom's. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like Voices. Voice 123 just the price is what it is. You have so many auditions that they accept, and I've spent the money and I've made a lot of money on Voice 123. I was the voice of Samsung for over a year. I made a lot of money on that. I did Amtrak and some other things, PSAs and stuff. So if you're gonna go to one of those where you're spending like $300 or $400 for that kind of a subscription, I definitely recommend Voice 123. And Voice Bunny is another one that I've seen, but I haven't really used much. But there's several. There's a lot of different ways to do it. You just got to get out there and But Cream, but doing all those auditions, like you get better every time you audition. So the cream starts to rise to the top really quickly. It's just a matter of getting it done and trying it. So
it's a numbers game. It's
Yeah,
a
it
numbers game.
But once you
it,
get
like
once
I've
you
looked
get in,
into it, I've looked into it. It was like commercial work would be really interesting. Like my ultimate end goal I just think it'd be awesome to just see my name in the credits of like an animated movie or a video game. Even if it's just like, oh, he was soldier number 5 that died. Cool. I'd love to be like, "Blah!" And then like that's
I've auditioned. It's funny. I can do stuff like get future ready with the Dell Inspiron 550 series. A great mind needs a great machine. Like crap like that. I can do no problem. But you go into an audition and they're like, okay, this really happened. I've told this story before. They're like, hey, I auditioned for a pirate voice. I was like, "Arr!" And I was all ready to go. I watched Transporter. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this accent. And then they're like, hey, we need you. Since we got you here, and I actually kind of knew some of the people that knew these people that were casting for this video game. This was kind of like WoW, but like a space version for tweens, like that young age of teenagers. And so they're like, here, we have this, and I was like, okay. And they give me can you read that for us? Give that a go. And I'm like, crap, I haven't got a chance to practice or read over this, but I'm like, and it's like a reptilian species of alien. And they're like, we need you to read this, and yeah, sure, I can do that, no problem. And I'm like,
well, I'm here.
And so I just completely put on the spot, and I was like, yeah, get back, you fools, and I'm like, you and then I'm like, and they're like, oh, okay, man, thank you very
Commander,
much,
dude.
yes. And I was in my car driving home, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I went Cobra Commander, fucking Cobra Commander, really, dude? Destro, get back, you fool, you bumbling buffoon. I mean, I went straight. I was like, God. It's like, damn it. I was like, this is my big chance.
Oh, man.
And I went Cobra Commander. Stupid. Like I'm never auditioning again. And
never go full Cobra Commander.
I fucking went full Cobra Commander, man. What the? Oh, and I never had, I never had that problem with like product videos or industrial kind of, when you're talking about servers or like a
because Cobra Commander doesn't talk about servers or products.
Freaking 5.7-inch Super AMOLED display. Yeah, but it even said "you fool" they baited me and tricked me. It said "you fool" in the script.
That's cheating. You
fool. Your luck has reached an end, you fool. And then I'm like, fuck. Okay, so I'm over it. But yeah, I went full Cobra Commander.
I think what it is like that industry in itself just interests me because, and here's the ironic part, is because I'm sitting here on video, but I'm like, oh, I could never be on camera and act. But put me behind a mic where nobody's going to see me except the person in the control booth.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like, can you bring it back just a little bit and add like a little bit more emotion? And I'd be like, oh yeah, I could do that. But I could never I can't just get up and act in front of people, even though I'm now sitting in front of
we're just talking.
Complete strangers talking and making weird voices already.
Know.
So I guess
this one might hit 17K like Tombstone. Be careful.
Dude, I've gotten up and done stand up, but I'm rehearsed. I can play on national television in a band if I'm rehearsed. Hey, dude, get your head out of there.
Hey.
But
just looking.
But yeah, I get a couple of guys that are like, "Hey, man, you mind reading this for a minute?" And I'm like, I completely had a breakdown. It's terrible. So. Yeah, but
do you have a YouTube, JB?
I do not.
You get one and get some public domain books and just start reading on there and just putting out episodes. Like read a chapter of a public domain book, and
I mean, if anything, that'll get me more practice of just.
It'll get you more practice, and some people I've thought about doing it as a channel too, because some people do it, and or just to listen to. My brother actually listened to it, because he wanted to listen to more books or like the classics and stuff, but he didn't have time to sit around and read them, and he didn't want to pay for an Audible account. So
there she blows, a hump like a snow hill. It is Moby Dick.
And and at the end, tell people, hey, put in the comments, like, did I get something wrong? Did I mess up something, or should you think this character, like, yeah, that's anything public domain. You don't have to worry about copyrights. You don't have to worry about nothing. It's
You can
like
do
War of the Worlds, all that shit. Like, there's a bunch of them that are fun.
Winnie the Pooh.
Like the old,
You
like remake the old
Winnie the Pooh now.
old
Winnie the Pooh.
road.
You can be like Christopher Robins. You can get into that voice.
Oh,
Technically,
Christopher
too, Mickey Mouse.
Robins. Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is getting close to being good.
No. The copyright law changed specifically because of this.
For Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
for
hey
Mickey
guys,
Mouse.
just so you
No,
know,
no.
just so you know, Pooh, Blood and Honey's in theaters.
It is finally.
Yeah. Or they're
There was
doing
another
sneak
one.
premieres because I saw I saw somebody on YouTube that saw it and they were talking about it, and so if it, I think it's in theaters. If it's not, it means maybe they saw a sneak preview and it's about to be. But
There was
Pooh
another
Bear versus
one of
Cocaine
those-
Bear.
dude,
I mean,
The
yeah,
Grinch.
because when Pooh Bear gets that honey, I mean, he becomes
Yeah, that's
something
basically
else.
there's a new movie about the Grinch that's like a it's like
Like another horror movie.
it's like a horror movie like the Grinch. So we'll have to do those. Yep. Christopher Robins.
Melissa was commenting on Curtis's announcer voice.
That's my voice.
Yeah,
It's
this
your voice.
But when I teach, I talk like this. So, hello, here's some math today.
What you want to do is you want to carry it over to coefficient, and kids are like, "What?"
I always want someone with a British accent. They sound so intelligent, but it's like, you take the wanking X and then you subtract it, and then you put it over here, and then you got your answer.
Oh, where'd he go? Boom.
I'm
There
just
we go.
being sneaky.
All right, gang. Well, what are we doing next week?
We were talking about Lucy versus Limitless, or Last Dragon versus Last Action Hero. We had several other in the
Geostorm
tank. Geostorm versus Moonfall.
versus Moonfall.
Let's do Lucy versus Limitless. I think that's a
All
good
right.
one. Use it. That's called
good.
use in your head, guys.
Indeed.
All of it.
Expand your brain.
Yeah.
Lucy versus Limitless.
And
Again, this is
You
where
haven't seen
I'm
'em?
failing as a movie lover. I haven't seen them.
Lucy is
Oh,
Scarlett
wow.
Johansson and Morgan Freeman. She ends up with getting some kind of medicate or chemical in her that
They like
it-
inject it and then she escapes.
she ends up being able to. I think she's actually a mule for this stuff that they stuck
That's
in
what
her,
it is, yeah.
and one
Okay.
broke inside of her, and it gives her full use of her brain, and she is amazing. And then same thing with Limitless. It's a drug that allows you to use.
Expands your brain.
Yeah, expands your brain.
With-
So
and
it's a good one. That's Bradley Cooper.
isn't it?
Yeah, Bradley Cooper. Yeah.
They
Two
made a
ex-
whole TV show off of that one.
Yeah, the movie's excellent. I have only seen it
It's
once,
great, yeah.
and it was fantastic. So that's one of those movies I'm kind of looking forward to seeing again. So
Poseidon.
and at some point, I think we should do like the Big Short, and maybe a Wolf of Wall Street or something,
Okay.
or
Big Short.
The Big
Short or
Short's a
Glenn Ross.
yeah. That movie has one great scene, but it gets boring. But boy, that one scene is great. But
Base the entire show off of that one scene.
yeah. Who are you? What's your
Glenn-
name? Fuck you. That's my name. It's great.
Glenn Ross.
We'll get to that later. But next week we got Limitless versus Lucy. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Curtis, tell them about your channel real quick for those who don't know about Bakertown.
Yeah, so we haven't done a lot on Bakertown recently because we had Christmas and now it's birthday time, but we're gonna get back to it. A lot of funny family videos and stuff like that. Sometimes some gaming stuff. But yeah, keep an eye out. We'll put some new stuff up soon, and I will let you know.
Sweet. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Versus. We're going to be back next week, as usual, on Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time, doing Limitless and Lucy. We always have a great time seeing you guys. We really appreciate you guys who have become patrons and who just show up every week. We appreciate seeing you, and you guys make this fun. So thank you. This show is like my vampire musical, and now, because of what I'm creating here with these guys and with you guys, Mila Kunis is going to come knocking on my door, and it's all because of y'all. So I love you guys. We will see you guys soon.
Get beat up by